Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy and D-Ray. D-Ray, before we get started, we got to go to a commercial break. This is the time when we allow the viewers to subscribe, importantly, most of all, to like, dislike, share, comment, do something to engage with the show so that our family will grow and we can reach more people. Now back to our regular scheduled program. D-Ray,
Yes, sir.
I know it's a lot in the news, man, and about this Keyshawn Davis and Jamaine Ortiz. I know you didn't seen it. I know you done heard it. I just want to know what you got to get off your mind about that and put it on the record. That's all. Just tell me something. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. As y'all heard the man, he said subscribe. Don't be hiding. Make a comment. Hey, I just want to say, bro, that I seen the interview that he did with the with Max and them guys, and he was talking about getting a second chance. And so I think, bro, that if he really is truly genuine about taking his boxing career seriously, I think, bro, that I would like to see him maximize his potential and everything like that. And but I still think, man, that there's a lot of questions out there because, like, the last time when you get a hometown fight, you got your brothers on the card, and then you melt down. I'm like, bro, it's hard to kind of trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so uh, I still have that in the back of my mind, and then the other thing is, he gonna have new training and different things like that. So, I just hope it works out for him and, give him a good chance to get back into into the ring, man, because it's been a minute. And, a lot of people love watching him fight. And, he's in the prime right now. And you don't want to see him squander the opportunity like we've seen so many other potential great fighters squander it. And, we can't even remember who they is today. So I wish him nothing but the best. But now the one thing I will say, because a lot of times it's easy for a fighter to take the fight, especially, bro. You got a new trainer or broke up with the old trainer or whatever. So you gonna have to show that you ready. So we're gonna be able to see, I think, at that time if he's ready or not. But the other thing is, I think Ortiz, bro, is not just going to be somebody who's going to go out there and try to lay down. I think he's going to try to press Keyshawn. And I think, bro, that it could actually end up being Keyshawn's toughest fight to date. So I look forward to it and, to see what he can do after that as well. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. That kind of surprised me when I heard that the businessman back in business. But before I even go into this, uh, I thought they had squashed that beef and he was gonna stay up there with y'all and train because they said he was getting rid of Bomac, but then they came back and said he wouldn't actually get rid of Bomac. Did you hear anything else different from that? Because I know he said he got rid of everybody except his brother.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing though. I've not heard Bo Mac and the crew or nothing like that say, we ain't messing with him or nothing like that. I've not heard that from their end yet. So I think that there could be a chance that they could reconcile and get it back together. Uh, especially being a young fighter champion. You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of pride, bro. And you probably say and do some stuff that you probably don't mean or whatever. Or on the other hand, he might want to stand on the square. So I'm not really sure because more than anything, I'm thinking Bomac was just trying to tell him, bro, to be accountable, bro, and don't go out there and going into other people's locker room and getting into all kind of unnecessary stuff outside the ring, bro. Handle your business in the ring. And the thing is, you didn't even make weight to make your own fight. So you had a hometown fight. You promoting the card, your brother's on the card, and then you don't even make weight to be able to make the fight. So at that time, bro, I'm not really sure what he was thinking about. And like I said, he realized that he got a second chance, and I just want him to make the most of it. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I do get he got a second chance. I really do, and I'm for second chances, third chances, and sometimes four chances because we all drop the ball, and then it take a lot of times. It take a lot of us. It take us longer to get it together than others. As long as you trying, I'm with you. You feel what I'm saying? But once you stop putting forth the effort, then my thought to that is to hell with you. That's what you telling me. If I'm trying to help you and you're not trying to put forth an effort, so long as he putting forth an effort, I'm with him. I'm with him 100. You feel what I'm saying? Because at some point you have to give up on him because he's a child to us, but he's a grown man. So he's gonna make the decision that he want to make. That's why I said that to say he just can't seem to get it right. It's always something. At first, it was the marijuana charge. You feel what I'm saying? Then he got in some trouble about the marijuana. Then he said he learned a lesson, and then he come back. Then it's the missed weight. So he blowed the fight in his hometown, like you said. Then it's going in the same night, going into a locker room, jumping on a man that you shouldn't have even been in his locker room for no reason at all. You can't think of no reason at all he should have been in this man locker room at all. So that's three right there, right there. He's undisciplined and he's a loose cannon. So a lot of times these young fighters, man, they don't realize that they're throwing away their career until their career is gone, and then they're looking for that accolade or that payday that they were getting when they was on in their career. Look at Adrian Broner, my guy. That's my guy. Adrian Broner, he can't do no wrong because I know he beat that boy. But look at now, he trying to beg for a fight. You feel what I'm saying? But the Adrian Broner done left the building. The Adrian we know done left the building. So he'll never get back there again. So he gonna spend the rest of his life chasing it because he wasn't disciplined enough as a youngster. He didn't listen to the people that was trying to guide him and that had his best interest at hand. Keyshawn might end up in that same situation. He's not quite reckless as Adrian, but he still has uh that this generation mentality that you respect me for whatever I do, regardless, because I'm grown. Yes, you are grown, but then I'm gonna treat you accordingly. You see what I'm saying? So when the phone calls start coming in and they stop answering them, like Al Hamer stopped answering phone calls for Adrian, and Floyd stopped dealing with him and all the bridges that he had to cross, he couldn't go back cross them. Now he's somewhere sitting having a pity party, trying to uh rekindle that would never be because these people have moved on. Boxing is for a season, and sometimes you miss your season jacking up. I usually say jacking off, not literally, but you miss your season. You miss your season. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of scares me for Keyshawn because Keyshawn is a hell of a fighter, but he just can't seem to get it together. He just ain't disciplined. And this is you preach that all the time. Discipline. Because you always say you got to live a fighter's lifestyle. That's part of a fighter's lifestyle. It's not getting in trouble. Taking care of your body. Surrounding yourself with the right people that could take you higher versus hanging around with the slum. That and the bums that ain't going nowhere. What say you, man? I'm tired of beating up Keyshawn.
No, hey, bro. I was about to say when you say take him higher, and he don't mean smoking on the weed. If you're a fighter, he don't mean that. But the one thing I
Exactly.
wanted to say, bro, that I thought that was very interesting about what you just was talking about is when I seen Keyshawn on that interview, and they was asking him like who he talked to and stuff like that, and of course he named some young little rap dude that I have no idea about who they is and probably won't ever. But two people, bro, that he said that called him and gave him encouragement when he was down in the dumps about this is one was Shakur Stevenson. So to me, that explains why he says that he don't want to fight Shakur, and I understand that, right? because Shakur helped lift his spirits when he was down low. And you know who the other one was? Who he said called him, bro?
Who?
Your boy, AB. So I think if he can listen to the wisdom of what Adrian Broner was really trying to tell him, because Adrian can let him know, bro. You know I messed it up. You know you don't want to be me, so don't mess it up. So I think, bro, that if he listened and you know that he got another chance, bro. But like you said, you might get a second chance, but you ain't guaranteed a third one. And you know, especially like you being young like that, uh, you know, 135, 140, 147 pounds, whatever, bro, that you ain't gonna be able to stay that way forever. So you better take advantage while you got an opportunity, you know, because you know, and we seen that, bro. Like some fighters done had to wait a year or two just to go get some guy in the ring, you know. So what you gonna do in that off time, you know? But so I think, bro, that he got a good support system, you know, people that he like, that he trusts, and that he'll listen to. And so I just hope, first off, that Adrian Broner gave him good advice, and you know, and that he listened, you know. So and that's the other thing I was gonna say real quick is because he said when he was off, he learned that he should probably listen more than he talk. And you know, we know that he's a great talker. You know, as far as getting it in. You know, what I mean, like getting it turned up. And uh, you know, and that's the thing, though, right? Is because that was his last performance or scheduled performance. So until he put something else up there that we can look up, you know, he is gonna be what his last fight was, you know, and which is a very undisciplined fighter, and you know, it's gonna be hard for him to turn the switch and just not be Keyshawn, you know what I mean? So he's still gonna have some of him in there, but the thing is he gonna be able to be disciplined enough to maximize his potential? And as far as Bomac go, I just want to say that I think that if Bomac does work back with him, that they will have it all worked out. Because, but you know, that's the one thing. Bomac is not gonna let you sit up there. Hey, I was about to use your word, but I'm gonna say jack around and not tell you, not tell you that you're messing up. So you know that's probably hard for him to be able to hear. So you know, I just wish him nothing but the best. And also in that interview, I just want to say real quick, he was saying that he want to fight this Ortiz guy, and then he want to go up to 47, get him a belt. And I didn't hear him say it, but he was hinting at trying to fight Devin Haney after that. So I think that that'll be a good fight. But he knows that in order for Devin, in his words, probably not be able to duck him. He know, like you said, Devin wants the champion. So his thing is, I'm going up there. I want to go get a belt, and then I want to try to fight Devin because he know without a belt, Devin is gonna be like, you know, who is you, bro? You know, I'd rather go fight for this or that or the other thing. But go ahead.
uh,
You didn't know he
um,
got a call from the can man, did you?
no, I did. But I will say this: we got three fighters there. Three fighters, three different attitudes, three different personalities, three different discipline situation. You got you got Shakur out of the three, probably is the most level-headed, focused, family-oriented, structured uh fighter out the three because he listened to his granddad a lot, I believe, in the ring and out the ring. So he's not really making the mistakes these guys are making. Um, uh, and like you said, that's probably why him and Shakur and Keyshawn is so close. Or Keyshawn is so close to Shakur because Shakur got something Keyshawn won't other than a belt. He got the discipline. He got the fortitude to walk on the right track in life. Sometimes you could be doing that in life, man, and people will envy you because they can't do it. And they want to know how you do it, why you had a discipline to do it. And we know Keyshawn is a wild card, but we know AB just went totally off the cliff. So if you got Keyshawn, I mean, if you got Shakur and you got AB, you ought to find a balance in there somewhere because AB is just wilder than a wounded wildcat. So, and then you got somebody that's calm. Uh, so, so that put him. If he just listened to the two, and as I like to say, if he just eat the fish and throw away the bones, he probably could get himself back in line and in order. I'm gonna say this before I speak, before I close out, and allow you to come back before we close out. You mentioned the fact that Keyshawn said he was going to 47 to fight Devin. I don't know. I think I heard it, and I know you hadn't heard it because you would have said something about it. But I heard that before this fight even materialized with Ortiz, Keyshawn had already said he was going straight to 47 to fight Devin because I think he was bypassing Richardson and going to fight Devin. But I think he was capping. I think he was just using Devin name for clout because I don't think Keyshawn have enough experience to even get in the ring with Devin. I mean, Devin is a different kind of animal compared to Keyshawn. But anyway, he said he was going to fight Devin. Then, like he said, he was talking about fighting Hitchison. Uh uh that fell through. I think he just be talking. I think Africa will give him a whole lot of problems because he's not matured enough to that point yet. You see what I'm saying? But um it's all about the belts because the belts is what brand you. And Devin and Bill is trying to be branded by belts. Devin and Bill are trying to be always when you call a name, they want to be associated with champion every time you call a name. Devin Haney, champion. Bill Haney, the father of the champion. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to be without belts so that they can always tie their name to being a champion. And they branding themselves as champions. And by them branding themselves as champions, then you can demand and command the money that you want because you're always a champion. You can always go back and say, I've been a champion for the past 5 years. So I deserve X amount of dollars. And that's why I think that's the direction I think they're going. What say you?
No, I definitely agree with that. And the thing I noticed though, when Keyshawn was talking about Africa, he was saying that Hitchinson turned pro in 2016. Keyshawn turned pro in 2020 or 2021. So there is definitely an experience and age gap in between there. But if you look at it in that short amount of time, Keyshawn has definitely been making moves in the game of boxing, bro. So, we just got to see what he going to be able to do. And, wish him nothing but the best of luck. And, but, on that fight, because that's the one thing I will try to say when we talking about T.O. and Shakur fighting and all that different stuff, and him being on the undercard, he gonna try to steal the show, bro. There's no doubt that when the next day he wants everybody to talk about him more than they talk about that fight. So I just hope he comes in prepared, does his thing, and we can see what's in store for him for the rest of the way. But and I also just want to say, I think it's so easy for people to try to attach their name to Devin, to be like, okay, I'll be the one to go get him because the people in boxing want somebody to go beat Devin. So, if you let them know, hey, I'll go do it, I believe that he think that they will support him and that'll help get him, moving past what happened and then, try to, have a lot of people supporting him, bro. But like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. And go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna say this, and then this might spark something in you again. And if it do, feel free to speak on it. You mentioned the fact that he was talking about fighting Africa, and but he was saying he turned pro in 2016 and all that, right? It made me think about something. You remember, well, Keyshawn he liked to try to draw attention to himself. He liked to try to use other people to bring light to his name. And when I say this here, you'll see what I'm talking about. You see, he was talking about fighting Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard through the grapevine, he had already knew when he was trying to talk with Africa that him and Ortiz had already had this fight. He was already set to fight Ortiz on this fight. He knew that when he was talking that trash. He knew that when he was talking about going to fight Devin at 47, because all this happened around the same time. Okay, and then he gonna point out the fact that he turned pro, Hitson turned pro in 16, and he turned pro later, right? If I'm not correct, that's what you said, right?
Yeah. From one Olympics to the
So that
next.
Yeah, so that to me, that was saying basically, why you bothering me when I don't really have the experience because I turned pro late. So give me enough time to build myself up because you done been here for a while. That's what I heard, right? You might not have heard that, but that's what I heard. Okay, but then I revert my memory back to when Shakur was going at Tank, and Keyshawn was talking that trash, and then I think Tank threatened to fight him or whatever the case may be. But I remember Keyshawn saying, "Why you want to fight me? Why you want to fight me? I ain't got but 6 fights. I ain't had but 6 fights." You feel what I'm saying? So you talk this talk, but then you hide behind your lack of experience. So to me, you just a salesman. You the businessman, all right, because you know how to market your business. You feel what I'm saying? So what say you, man? I just had to get that out. And I probably could have elaborated on it more. Maybe somebody in the comments or someone touch on it a little more for us. But go ahead. What you got? Anything else?
I hope they do. Y'all go ahead. Y'all react to that in the comments, man. But bro, I think that is really funny that you said that because when you said that, when he said, "Hey, I only got 6 fights," I'm like, boy, he backpedaling real fast, ain't he? He ain't stepping and going forward. He trying to maneuver backwards to be like, "Hey, I don't want none of that." So, uh, it'd be nice, man, to see what happened, and hopefully, because that's the thing, though, bro. This is their time. The Keyshans, the Tanks, the Shakurs, the Devons, the Tos, Ryan. This is their time, bro. This is their when they should be in the prime of their career, and that these are the guys that are going to be the stars of boxing. And so we want them to be able to maximize like Floyd, Andre Ward, and of course Terrence Bud Crawford did. So hopefully he can do that. They can do that, and they can help move the sport forward, bro. Because I think that it's at a very critical time where you're gonna have to probably end up fighting more than you do talking. You know what I mean? Like so. But like you said, bro, he's a great promoter of his own self, and I'm gonna support him in that as long as he allows me to. But I'm telling you, bro, I already got 2 straws, man. So if he goes strike 3, bro, I'm out. So hopefully he can stay with it. Hey, I know this is boxing, not baseball, but I'm like, man, I can't do it, bro. So I wish him nothing but the best, and we'll see what happens, man. But go ahead, bro. I appreciate you.
Oh, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, sir. I can't wait till January 31st.
For sure, for sure. With that being said, we're out of here like last year.
Peace.